Hi, everyone. Welcome to the recap show where you get to participate on the Dojo Live recap of last week's episode. I want to encourage those watching, if you've watched our episodes and you want to participate, please let us know. We'd love to have you. Today, I'm joined by my co-hosts, Carlos Ponce and Laura Frimbres, and we're going to recap 4 key points from last week's show. Guys, welcome. All right. So one of the things that came up from last week's guest was this idea that video has proven to be the strongest platform for learning. I mean, let's face it, even the social media platforms have a preference for video content than anything else, especially video content that has captions. It just seems to be the approach of the day. And I couldn't agree with the comment that he made more, which is, if you want to enhance the level of education your employees are receiving and you want to personalize that education, the combination of video plus AI is a critical component to enabling that personalization. What did you guys think about that? I think that creates an opportunity for the future where we all learn at our own pace. That's kind of the thing that came out loud and clear for me. What do you guys think?
Well, I got my. I'd like to ask Laura to ladies first. So you want to say something, Laura? I got my own share, but you go ahead. Maybe you had something.
Okay, so regarding this video part where it's easier for everyone to learn. I mean, it's like Michael said in his interview that there's a video for everything on YouTube. Like if you want to learn how to do pesto, if you want to learn how to do, I don't know, to make a table. I don't know. There's a lot of video, there's a lot of content, and it's really easy to digest and learn. I mean, it's for everyone. So yeah, I couldn't agree more with this part that video has proven to be the strongest platform of learning.
What I can say about that is that I mean, let's face it, video is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. It's we know that. That's really not the point. The problem. I think the problem lies in the soft skills of the learner. And what do I mean by this? I mean, due to the overabundance of information videos, I mean, there's an extreme amount of output out there, a lot of information. So it takes a great skill in the learner, on the learner side, which is the ability to focus, the ability to weed out everything that is really not necessary in order to be able to focus. So that's my take. And actually, I speak for experience because I have faced the same situation. Excuse me. Sometimes I try to learn a new thing or a new skill, and then suddenly I'm interrupted by something else. And so it takes a lot of focus. And so I think that's a skill that needs to be exercised and strengthened besides the desire to just learn, to just hop into YouTube or any other video-based platform. You need to develop your focus and your concentration, and you need to do whatever it takes. So that's going to be the challenge on the learner side. Now on the tool side, well, there's always going to be the idea of quality versus quantity, because yeah, you have free content, yeah, but you know, how much of that free content do you need to navigate in order to find the hidden gems, as opposed to paid content that you pay for and then you get exactly what you're looking for. So, and that comes into play the budget thing. So you know, it's mixed, but that's my take on that, Tulio. What do you think?
Well, it's true. I think what stood out for me is this idea that with the use of artificial intelligence, early adopters can begin to test some metadata capabilities where you can start to index some of those videos. I think that's part of the challenge, right? You can search for information for text, and if you're pretty good at it, you can narrow down what you're looking for through a huge sea of data, right? But with video, it's not like that. So if you're trying to get to the gold, you've got to really dig in there and figure it out. Like, look at us. We have hundreds of hours of great interviews with founders of amazing technology companies. But if I had to tell you, what are the words of wisdom we've gotten across several of them, I can't remember them. To go through it, we would have to visualize. I mean, we'd have to watch tons of videos, which no one has the time to do. But if I'm able to actually index content with the audio, and then I can search for that, then get specifically to the clip that's only 15 seconds out of a 30-minute video or 2-hour video, whatever the case might be, then I'm able to really drill in on getting to the insights and the knowledge that I'm looking for. Now, take that a step further. As the AI platform learns my way of learning, it adapts, then it could also become a little bit more predictive. In other words, it can start to enable me to get to the quick information that I need at the pace in which I can consume it, and at the pace in which I can, retain the information. I think that's the key thing. Right now it's one size fits all, and it's just not as effective versus something that's more personalized. I think that was the thing that stood out for me. And I'm looking forward to that. I don't know. I think Zeotech has some strong capabilities. I think we're at the early stages of this evolution. I certainly look forward to a lot more of it, but that I think is the big challenge, is getting it to bite sizes that everyone can consume at their own pace.
Absolutely. I'm always on mute for some reason. So bite size is the key word. What is bite size? You can 5 seconds can be bite size, but so can be 30 seconds, depending on like I said, on the content, on the quality, and what you're looking for. Anyway, so that's what I can say. One of the things that really let me word my thoughts. First of all, do you got anything else, Laura, before we continue?
I hear birds chirping.
What?
I've somehow heard birds chirping. Someone's outside.
Probably me. I mean, I got the window open. So
while you're thinking, I was hearing the bird chirping in your brain.
Yeah, you still have a bird or two occasionally in this humongous metropolis. So
exactly.
They haven't died yet, but so they will soon. But we still have some of them. So anyway, Laura, you want to go ahead and say something, or?
Yeah, another point that really stood out for me is where Michael says, invest in understanding the needs of employees and develop video content to address it. Is what we were talking about, like preparing your employees and start adapting video platforms for them to learn new, in this case, new technologies or new ways of work, or I don't know, like training.
Yeah, I mean, I look at us, for example, right? Almost 400 people, and we have this amazing repository we call the Hub, right? I don't know that it's getting the use that it used to, because there's just so much information, and also it's not in video format. And I wonder what kind of improvement in use it would gain if we transfer or converted a lot of the content to video. It's certainly something that is changing the way organizations have been collecting information, have been creating knowledge repository, knowledge management system. They were all based on text before, possibly some audio. And what I'm hearing is it should move to video, because that's where everything is moving online. That's where education is moving. And somehow companies are a little bit behind, and there's a huge opportunity. Is it perfect? No, but it's certainly going in the right direction. At least that's what I gathered from my chat. Anything else, guys?
You're on mute, Carlos. You're still muted, Carlos.
This is the sign language moment of the.
This is a sign language moment. I call it. I can't. I'm trying to keep all those birds chirping out of conversation. They have no say in this conversation. Okay. Anyway, bear with me with the bird chirping. Yeah, I mean, about this. These the key points, the key takeaways is that the number 3, which is the education. How was that? Education correlates to wealth. Yeah, and that's. I mean, from my standpoint, the way I see it is, I would say it's even controversial because you can get a lot of education, you can be highly educated, but how does that correlate to wealth? Because it's really no guarantee that you get all the education in the world, or you're going to become wealthy, or you're going to increase your wealth or your net worth or whatever. So that would be interesting to see how, for the purposes of the conversation that we, in the context of the conversation that we had, how do you think, Tulio, that education correlates to wealth in our case?
Well, I think that's a great question, and perhaps we should have another show on that because we're up on time. But you know, like anything, right? Knowledge is only power if you can apply it and you make the effort to apply it. So similarly, education, access to education certainly improves the possibility of improving your life. But if you don't take action, it doesn't do anything. So
well, yeah.
Anyway, we're up on time, guys. We promised to keep this only 10 minutes, but we're coming up this Wednesday on our next show. And I think this Wednesday is going to be at a different time, 10 a.m. Pacific instead of 1 p.m. Pacific. And so please join us for that. I won't be there for this Wednesday, but I'm sure the co-hosts here will do a phenomenal job and keep you all interested and tuned in. So check us out again this Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific instead of 1 p.m. And if you want to participate in the recap show, please let us know. Just put it right in the comments, DM us, whatever works for you, and we will include you in the recap show. Thanks, guys.